Many years ago, when less intelligent men, women, and beasts walked this earth, 7 deadly sins were brought forward to shun the beings of this planet. Okay, maybe not really. They were based on Christian teachings, but how fun would it be to talk about issues in the League of Legends universe from the perspective of 7 deadly sins? Let's start with gluttony. Gluttonous Maximus. The overindulgence and overconsumption of anything to the point of waste. Would you believe me if I told you that it is possible to play too much League of Legends? There was a time where players had to compete in back-to-back-to-back tournaments. And from a geographical perspective, not all of them were super close to one another. Players had to deal with jet lag on top of playing a bunch of League of Legends. The result? Stress, burnout, depression. The mental aspect of things can absolutely destroy a team, especially if someone loses their passion for the game that's putting a roof over their head. Head, shoulders, knees, and desire. Wait, that's not how the song goes. Lust and the intense longing can absolutely destroy a player's trajectory to be one of the greats. Let's talk about Mitch Crepo Vorspools. Now, whatever I say in this portion, he's a changed man and he has made decisions for the better. The celebrity life is a dangerous one. Some of these players are household names to the young. They see these commentators and players and scream like infectious believers. Crepo was a player turned analyst, which is common in the sports world. However, during the midseason invitational in 2016, Crepo was forced to step down from the broadcast because his nudes were leaked on the internet. The real reason he left, however, was because these nudes in question were sent to an underage female. That is where the cookie crumbles and stays underneath the oven till the end of time. Money A, must be funny A. Well, the rich man's world is filled with it. It has plagued the League of Legends competitive leagues. You want to start a competitive yo-yo club? Wouldn't you want the best yo-yoers? Would you pay them to join your club? Maybe you can convince them by sharing some of your Oreos. North America, as a region, is always trying to improve by importing players and paying them a lot of money. Where do they find the top talent? Korea. One of the largest player contracts in the league right now is valued at $1 million. And yes, he is Korean. These players are valued so highly because you can safely bet a Korean team will win the world championship. Realistically, these players probably don't care about a world title. They're just here for the money. You might be your mama's pride and joy, but that doesn't really mean you get to have your cake and eat it too. Pride is the Achilles heel to everyone but Donald Trump, it seems. But also, Joshua Dardoch Harnett might be the only other exception. From January 2016 to now, Dardoch has been on 5 different teams. Every single time he's been let go, it was because, Dardoch was unwilling to adhere to the set of standards expected of every member of the team. In other words, Esports, I think, has its first Allen Iverson. Maybe he thinks he's the best jungler in North America. Maybe he feels compelled to not practice. Maybe he might have too much pride to pick a certain champion for his team. This complex is prevalent in a few players, not a concerning amount, I hope. League of Legends' wrath is toxicity. The degree to which a chemical substance or a particular mixture of wait a second, that doesn't sound right. A toxic individual is one who constantly creates a bad atmosphere for others they are playing with. I wish I could just talk about one player, but the list is ridiculous, to the point that Riot has either fined or banned these players from competitive play, either indefinitely or for a short time. Let's go through a short list. Jensen, to start off our list, was banned for DDoSing, or in other words, hacking the game to make it unplayable for other players. He had a 2-year ban that has since been lifted. Svenskeren was fined $2,500 for racial slurs while playing internationally. Mithy was banned for verbal abuse and offensive in-game behavior. He had a 1-year ban as well that has also since been lifted. And last, but definitely not least, Vasily has been banned till 2020 for physical violence and death threats against his own girlfriend after she made a few supportive comments about his gameplay. But I mean, hey, guys, come on. It's just game. Why you have to be mad? Sometimes all we need after a long day is a pair of sweatpants, a bucket of ice cream, and maybe some Netflix. Doesn't that sound like the life? Well, esports players are human too. and they want to experience some luxuries. Enter G2 Esports, a prestigious esports team sponsored by Logitech, PaySafeCard, HyperX, and recently, our boy Fernando Alonso. Rewind to the 2016 Midseason Invitational. Prior to the competition, G2 thought, hey, let's not practice, let's just take a vacation. Just a reminder, winners of this tournament get seeded better at the World Championship. The trick is you're helping your region, not just yourself. Let's just say that they went 2-8. What would you do to be the best at what you loved? Would you train really hard? Would you try to find cheat codes or cheats to get there? Or would you take steroids? Well, League of Legends doesn't really have steroids, but we do have a Michael Jordan. Enter Lee Faker Sang-yuk. He probably has one of the most expensive League of Legends contracts to date, and it would be more if he put his loyalty aside and left the team he's been on for years. The focus, however, is not on League of Legends' Michael Jordan, but rather everyone that wants to take him out. Songs and praises only come to those that attempt to dethrone him. Even when he's winning, even when he's losing, he's still winning. Mid laners across the world aspire to be like him and play at his caliber. Outside looking in, you might think that these players live in their mother's basement and they eat Doritos all day long. It is very obvious that that preconceived stigma has died. These players have incredible highs, and as evident by this segment, terrifying lows.